Continuing further, we're going to make this for multiple time frames. In the last video, we did the daily chart for gold, and what I'll do is I'll rename this sheet, and we'll call it for the day. Now let's assume now that I want to do one for the week. This was the spreadsheet where I put in the original daily data within, and I don't need this anymore, so we can delete everything within it, and we'll call this spreadsheet the week. We'll put WK for week. Now we have all this information here for the last one, and merely all we need to do is copy and paste the entire series here and move to the very top and paste it again. We're going to need the charts as well. So we'll copy and paste both of these onto the weekly side. And when you do other time frames, do the exact same thing over and over again. And you can, of course, do this with any stock or any chart that you wish. Okay, there we go. So now we need some new data. We need the weekly data. And we'll do the same thing we did before. We'll paste everything in another spreadsheet or another tab. And again, we'll change this format so that we don't have the time on here. Now last time I had it set just to say like AUG 20 for August 20, for example. This one I'm going to choose just the regular date. And I guess I got volume. It's not the real volume. Again, I'm going to need 100 of these, so we're going to go to 402 again. And we are ready to go. And what we'll do, if you ever have a situation where you're like, man, I got everything you download doesn't have a space, what I like to do sometimes is just paste it like this. We'll change the format of this again so that it's like we had before. And now all I have to do is just move this over. Simple cut and paste will work. And there we go. So now within this, we're going to have to change these over too. Now, all we have to do is change it from the day to whatever you name it. So with WK, I can just switch it to day. And once again, if you put month and you put MT, you can switch it to MT. And there we go. Once again, I don't like seeing stuff like this. The next open should be right at this line, but that's personal preference. And we'll do the same thing with this one here. Switch it up to WK and WK again. Excellent. Now the lowest point that we need on here, if you start with any chart for finding the direction, use this one here. And minimum point, I don't think we'll need to go below 1200. I don't think even, well maybe, yes, 1200. Let's bring this down some more. Let's go to, let's do 1000. I don't think we should even go that low, but I was wrong at 1200. That looks about right. So 1000, we'll keep the upper end the same. And that looks good. And I'm going to fix that annoying thing that I talked about in the last thing where the open will now be where it closed. And there we go. Now we can take a look at what this chart looks like. And there we have it. We got the overlay of the two, and Within this, we had a nice band hit in here, October of last year. Came back to the band again, and it's been having a lot of fun with it for the last 3 weeks or so. It's now tailed off within it, holding up nicely above this 18-period average. It's look at the dips nicely in here. It stabilized, went up a nice, decent gain. Nothing extraordinary, but pretty decent. Again, you have a nice dip within the band. Again, the band, and well, at some point later, again, we'll see that band. Alrighty, well, that'll be it. One more thing too. Say, for example, you want to have a spreadsheet where, say, you got a bunch of time frames, but you want to set it up so that we'll put in here price, and then say whatever the price is. So say gold happens to be 1800, and we'll do whatever we have in here, 1826.70. So if we put in the price here, then what you can merely do is on the column F100, tell it to just take whatever this value is. And that way, if you got multiple time frames, you only have to change the main core. And when you have a new time frame that completes, say the week comes to an end, or we'll do the day. The day comes to an end, and okay, so we'll put in we'll copy, what I like to do, I copy everything except for number 1. I paste it in here, just select it all. A lot of people like this paste special, whatever works for you. This works well for me because it's fairly fast. And then you just paste it in again. And then you should have the new numbers. So I'll just, for now, put in this like this, and then the new date is going to be September the 2nd. Now the current time as I'm doing this is 8:42 p.m. So I can come up and find what the high and low happens to be right now. And FinViz is telling me that this is 1829, and this is pretty much the same, 1826.6. And the current live price that I have is actually 1825.20. So that's the live one. The FinViz is 15-minute delayed. This one is not, but for you it's well delayed. And we'll put in this, and that's the new price. And another thing too is that if you had this already overlaid from the day before, then you're going to have to recopy and paste it. And then we'll do this again. And there we go. We'll see if we have a little bit more volatility than the previous 2 days. And thank you for watching. Take care.